Hi guys! Today I'm exploring the question, are student paint brands horrible? Student brands seem to get a bad rap, and from my own experience and what I've heard from other artists, they don't seem to deserve it. I frequently use Liquitex Basics and Amsterdam Standard Series, two student brands in my own work, and I never had a problem with them. And all these cards were made with Cotman, which is Winsor & Newton's student brand paint of watercolor. One of my favorite artists to watch on YouTube, Lisa Clow from Lockery Fine Art, has repeatedly expressed her preference for Liquitex Basics, citing how their low pigmentation makes them great for glazing, and how their matte finish makes it easy to draw with a charcoal pencil over them for further layering. Kelly Eddington of Kelly Eddington Water said in her video, Cheap versus Expensive Paint, of Grumbacher Academy watercolors and of Winsor & Newton's Cotman range, that they do everything watercolors are supposed to do, and their light fastness is very good. I wanted us to see how other artists felt about student brands, and so I asked them, and these are the responses I got. Yes, I have Faber-Castell student grade watercolor pencils, and I have created amazing artwork from them. My art teacher told me artists are not dependent on branded art material. Art can be created with simple graphite pencil and any paper, only fingers do the magic. I have color pencil I bought that work nearly as good as my Polychromos, but I don't know if they are light fast, and the color range is really small, only these 24 colors. I now have good quality watercolor paints for their brilliance, but acrylics have wonderful student brands that are affordable for us everyday painters for practice or for selling. They are wonderful to work with. I personally find Craypaw Expressionist Oil Pastels student quality quite decent. I've done entire pictures with them. They do have a professional line called Specialists that aren't that much better but cost significantly more. Also, Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolors are pretty good too for being student grade. I prefer the Blick brand student paints to Winsor & Newton. I own both and use both, but slowly phasing out the WNs as I run out. The smoother, more creamy texture of the Blick brand is what I prefer. In my mind, the quality is much better for the lower price. So why do student brands get such a bad rap? Well, for one thing, they're less pigmented than professional lines. There are fewer colors available. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, especially for beginners, because it forces you to learn to mix colors. And sometimes, from what I've seen, the professional lines have bigger tubes. So I don't think any of this is a reason to knock student brands or to avoid them or to discourage people from using them, especially students or beginners, because they're the people that the companies had in mind when they made those. I just want to put a little disclaimer out here. I'm talking about student brands that are made for adults. I'm not talking about Crayola or Prang or any of those kiddie type brands. Those don't have the light fastness or the quality of any of these brands that I've just been talking about. In case you don't know what light fastness is, it's the ability of a medium, like paint in this case, to resist fading when exposed to light, particularly sunlight. So the more light fast something is, the longer it will resist fading. Another thing that tends to get a bad rap in the art community is working from photos instead of from life. And I did a video about that, which is playing on your screen right now, and there'll be a card up in the upper right hand corner you can click on to go watch it. So I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I upload videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So if you don't want to miss those, click here to subscribe. And for now, thanks for watching, and goodbye!